looking at games he always likes, even when he was 13.
Rhyme, stupid idiot.
For the first episode of Games from My Childhood, I'm going to be playing a game from Humongous Entertainment. Humongous Entertainment was a developer that made point-and-click adventure games for 3 to 8-year-olds. Some of their more well-known characters were Putt-Putt, Freddy Fish, and Spy Fox. I noticed that some of my favorite YouTube channels, such as Peanut Butter Gamer and Brutal Moose, were posting retrospective videos of some of my favorite games, like Let's Explore the Airport. After watching these videos, I decided to take a look at one of my favorite games, Pajama Sam, There's No Need to Hide When It's Dark Outside. Our grand story starts off with Sam in his room reading a comic book. Now, is it just me, or is Sam like the most enthusiastic comic book reader of all time? I mean, listen to this guy.
Nice! Not so fast, Darkness! Pajama Man! That's right, Fiend, and I have some gadgets of my own! Take that! Not the Illuminator Mark 5!
Now, it doesn't take a genius to realize that something is definitely wrong here. First of all, look at Sam's face. Why is he blue? Last time I checked, the only way to turn blue is if you ingest silver, so maybe this family's diet is silver, because his mom is blue too. Okay, I'm just kidding, but doesn't Sam's voice seem familiar? It turns out that Pajama Sam's voice in this game is Pamela Adlon. She was the voice of Ashley in Recess. Anyway, after rudely being interrupted by his mom, Pajama Sam is ready to go to bed. Except there's one thing. He's afraid of the dark.
There's no need to hide when it's dark outside. No need to hide when it's dark outside.
Apparently, there's this evil monster named Darkness who lives inside his closet. So naturally, like any other kid that's afraid of things in his closet, his solution is to go inside and vanquish whatever is inside the closet. But in order to defeat the monster inside his closet, he has to become
Pajama Sam!
In order to become Pajama Sam, he needs 3 items: his mask, his flashlight, and his bad guy containment unit, which is also a lunchbox. Once he steps inside the closet, however, he doesn't find Darkness, but instead is transported to a different world known as the Land of Darkness. Upon arrival into the Land of Darkness, his items are confiscated by customs, because everyone knows that having a mask, a flashlight, and a lunchbox can be very dangerous in the wrong hands. The primary objective of this game is to get your items back, as they are essential to defeat Darkness. These items are scattered all over the place, but I took this opportunity to go to Darkness's house to go see what was inside. Inside, I saw these 2 doors that called themselves the Doors of Knowledge, and they hosted some sort of trivia game. One question asked who is the strongest comic book superhero of all time. It's so many After that question, Humongous Entertainment thinks it's a good idea to quiz the children's knowledge on rocket science. How much solid fuel is required to boost a space shuttle into orbit? This answer looks suspicious.
Yes, that's correct!
Okay, easy enough so far. Now into the next one. What is the reading on the water meter located in the mines near Darkness's house? How the heck am I supposed to remember that? The last time I played this was when I was 3 to 8 years old. So it turns out it's impossible to answer this question until you actually go look at the water meter inside the mines. So I decided to go outside and go out to the lake. We meet this boat named Otto who's afraid to get into the water because he thinks wood's gonna sink. And he elaborately explains this through this story.
I had this friend and he told me this story about his dentist brother who, he was made of wood and he got in the water and he sank.
Really?
Straight to the bottom. It's so scary. I wish I'd been a car.
Now that is what I call character development. Anyway, he's afraid to get into the water because he thinks wood is gonna sink, and he won't believe it unless he sees it with his own eyes. So then you gotta go find a piece of wood. We find this wooden board here underneath this bridge, and then we bring it back to Otto to show him that wood floats. And now he's just the happiest boat on the planet. Yay! Another character that I remember is this minecart. Apparently he's been stuck in the same spot for a really long time because his wheels have rusted. Luckily, Sam found an oil can, so he can just plop that right onto his wheels.
Hey, that's good! Now do the back, huh?
Maybe his name should be Handy Sam instead of Pajama Sam, because he's pretty handy. Anyway, after doing favors for a bunch of people, you eventually get all 3 of your items that you need. And now you're ready to take on the Darkness. It turns out Darkness is actually a pretty lonely person. All he wants to do is to play with people, but whenever he does want to play with people, everyone's asleep already. Pajama Sam and Darkness then have a little game of tic-tac-toe together, which in this game is called Cheese and Crackers. There's another place where you can play Cheese and Crackers too, and it's with this toaster. It turns out the toaster is really bad at tic-tac-toe. Let's see, I'm gonna just place this here and then what the hell? Anyway, the story is really cute in the end. The story has a simple storybook kind of feel to it. There's not much that I can say about the gameplay because it's a point-and-click adventure game. The environment is really interesting. I mean, the Land of Darkness, even though it uses a lot of dark colors, is actually a very interesting place to look at and explore. There's also a very distinct comic book feel about the whole place too. There was one incident where the color palette blended in a key item that I needed and I couldn't find it because of that. In the music room of Darkness's house, there are some ores on the wall that you need to get. You need these ores to go up a stream that is inaccessible without them. However, I kind of glossed over them the first time I was in this room and didn't recognize it because it was a similar color to the wall. I had so much trouble looking for them that I actually had to look up a walkthrough just to find them. I think that kind of says a lot about my intelligence level. I'm glad to see that the APs I took in high school totally paid off. But again, this game is for 3 to 8-year-olds. It's not likely that they'll have any kind of criticism for this game. If you did used to play this game when you were little, it's definitely worth picking up again just for nostalgia's sake. I remember playing this game a lot, and since I played it again now, it's easy to see why I came back to it so often. An interesting environment, interesting characters, and a plot that is easy to follow. It's a simple recipe for a great children's game.